I was led to the underworld, and in fear should King Yama tremble!
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them!
A cage trophy! A tool that defies comparison! What I want is to put to rest the sinners and
First blood!
a fraction of a second will return! Lotus and
Kill!
puny mortals! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the
Kill!
power of the underworld!
Kill!
Power of the underworld!
Shut down!
Only a fraction of a star!
Slain an enemy!
Down to the underworld!
Slain an enemy!
Power of the underworld!
Killing spree!
That's a crowd meant to take! Power of the
Kill! An ally has slain the turtle! Unstoppable!
power of the underworld!
Kill!
Power of the underworld!
Kill!
Power of the underworld!
Maniac!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Healing mortal!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
I take flowers meant to
Savage!
puny mortals! What I seek is a world free from war.
Shut down!
World can't hold me. Will return. Power of the underworld.
Slain an enemy!
I take what I was meant to take. Power of the underworld.
Slain an enemy!
Mortals, I return
Kill!
down to the underworld.
Kill!
Puny mortals. Power of the underworld.
Maniac!
Power of the underworld.
Savage!
was meant to take! You will be pulverized! Power of the underworld! Pure immortals! Power of the underworld! They won't forget flaming night sky! Power of the underworld! Annihilate! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Legendary! Double kill!
Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Legendary!
Power of the underworld! Annihilate! My will above all!
Double kill!
Power of the underworld!
Showdown!
World can't hold! Power of the underworld!
Slain an enemy!
That's what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld!
Double kill!
Power of the underworld!
Triple kill!
Down to the underworld! A king trophy!
Maniac!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Nothing left! That's how things should be! Beauty more! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! It is human nature that gave birth to hell! Pure immortal! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Down to the... They won't forget that flaming night sky! Pure immortal! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Pure immortal! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! This world reeks! Cute immortals! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Cute immortals! Mortals! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! meant to take! You Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Puny mortals! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! A cheat! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Puny mortals! Down to the underworld! Puny mortals! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Puny mortals! Nothing left! That's up! I take what I was meant to take! Down to the underworld!
Whoa! Next level, bro!
Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld!
Hey, you!
It is you who made me the
I
game!
love you!
Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Puny mortals! I take what I was meant to take! The king's wrath! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I Burn down the temple, as well as my last trophy. Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Kneel! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Puny mortals! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Puny mortals! I take what I was meant to take! Puny mortals! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Puny mortals! Underworld! Power of the underworld! A tool that defies comparison! I won't forget that flaming night! Power of the underworld! Puny mortals! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Puny mortals! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Annihilate! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! The king's wrath! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Cute immortals! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Cute immortals! You will be pulverized! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Cute immortals! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Cute immortals! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Cute immortals! Power of the underworld! 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 Down to the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Cute immortal! Down to the underworld! Cute immortal! Power of the underworld! 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 This world freaks, traitors, and bullies! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Cute immortals! Power of the underworld! Down take what I was meant to take! Puny mortals! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Puny mortals! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Pure immortals! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Lotus and keep your clouds! Pure immortals! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Down to the underworld! Pure immortals! Power of the underworld! You will be Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Pure immortals! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! I show no mercy! Power of the underworld!
Shut down!
The underworld will return! Power of the underworld! Annihilate! Power of the underworld!
Slain an enemy!
Pure immortal!
Double kill!
Annihilate! Mortal!
Triple kill!
I take what I was meant
Maniac!
Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Pure immortals! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Annihilate! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! trophy! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! You will be pulverized! Power of the underworld! Pure immortal!
Shut down!
Underworld! Ah! What I've lost, I will take them back one by one! Power of the underworld! My will above all! Power of the underworld!
Slain an enemy!
I take what I was meant to take! I show no mercy! Power of the underworld!
Spree! Double kill!
Down to the underworld! The king's wrath!
Triple kill! Maniac!
Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take!
Savage!
Down to the underworld! Puny mortal! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Down to the underworld! I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld! 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 Puny mortals! Power of the underworld! I take what I was meant to take!
Shut down!
The underworld! and Kikyo flowers. Two mortal things I miss. Power of the underworld!
Slain an enemy! Double kill!
Kneel! Power of the underworld!
Triple kill!
Power of the underworld!
Maniac!
Down to the underworld! This world reeks of traitors and phonies!
Shut down!
The underworld! You will be pulverized! Power of the underworld!
Slain an enemy!
Power of the underworld!
Double kill!
I take round, take the take!
Triple kill!
Down to the underworld!
Maniac!
I take rabbits, make to take! Fire is that face! Annihilate!
Savage!
Down to the underworld! Annihilate! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Monster kill!
Puny mortals! It is human nature that gave birth to hell!
Godlike!
Power of the underworld!
Double kill!
Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Triple kill!
Puny mortals!
Maniac!
Down to the underworld!
Savage!
Puny mortals!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
I show no mercy!
Savage!
Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Savage! Savage!
Puny mortals! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Down to the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Savage! Savage! Savage!
Puny mortals! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage! Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Puny mortals! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Savage! Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Down to the underworld!
Savage!
I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Puny mortals!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
enemy! Double kill!
Cute immortals! Power of the underworld!
Triple kill!
I take what I was meant to take!
Maniac!
Cute immortals!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
I take what I was meant to take!
Shut down!
The underworld! Ah! Power of the underworld!
Slain an enemy!
Power of the underworld!
Double kill!
Power of the underworld!
Triple kill!
Power of the underworld!
Maniac!
Down to the underworld!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Cute immortal!
Savage!
Down to the underworld!
Savage!
Cute immortal! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
I take what I was meant to take!
Savage!
Down to the underworld!
Savage!
Cute immortals! Power of the underworld!
Savage! Savage!
Power of the underworld!
Savage! Savage!
I take what I was meant to take! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
Cute immortals!
Savage!
Power of the underworld! Power of the underworld!
Savage!
It is human nature to give birth to
Savage!
down to the underworld!
Ally has slain Lord!
You should find a wiser king! You should find a wiser king! Power of the underworld!
Legendary! Deployed! Kill!
I will take all worlds and realms!
Team destroy the turret! Legendary! You destroy the turret!
guided by lantern's light.
Mobile Legends!
Worth the wait.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them!
Woo!
Blood.
Next level, bro! I've no fancy in mundane wishes.
Double kill!
All things come to an end.
An enemy has been slain! An enemy has been slain! Triple kill!
I've no fancy in mundane wishes.
Maniac! An enemy
All
has been
things
slain!
come to an
An
end.
enemy has been slain! Killing spree! Double kill! Savage! An enemy has been slain! Savage!
Oh, what an intriguing piece.
Unstoppable! Savage! Savage! Double kill! Triple kill!